Michael Kerr and I coached freshman baseball together back in 1973, 74, which was my first year at West Covina High School. Mike had been here a couple years, and that was my first year of coaching. And him and his wife Diane kind of took me under his wing, and started a lifelong relationship. Mike was a great guy, great trash talker. Let me tell you, Mike was one of the best. Loved sports, football coach, baseball coach, and very good English teacher. And I really mean this, and I'm not saying it lightly. I taught here for 40 years, coached here for 40 years. And Michael Okura was the most liked and popular teacher on our staff I've ever been across in those 40 years. He was a great leader of the kids, and as we'll see today when we retire Bernansky's number, him and Tommy had a very special relationship that went beyond just a normal player coach.
So, something that really stuck out to me, Drew and I had a conversation the other night, and he said that he coached freshmen with him one year when he was just starting coaching. And Drew said, I could not believe how much respect he showed freshman kids. He said, I'm used to freshman kids being treated like the bottom rung of whatever. And he said it really changed the way he saw it. And I'm just wondering, do you feel like he was kind of ahead of his time in terms of the way he dealt with people?
Oh, absolutely. And Mike, you had to know Mike. He had this ability to have a lot of fun with people, you know, and give them a bad time.
Yeah.
But the people loved him. Like I said, teachers, staff members. Sometimes there's a gap between staff members and coaches. You know, it's kind of a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
But not with Mike.
Okay.
So yes, he was.
Okay.
Michael Kerr was the most righteous man I've ever known. I've never known him to say, of all the years I knew him, he never said
Which is how long?
A negative word about another human being.
Yeah.
He was a great coach, a great man, most of all a great teacher, a great husband, and a great father. And he'll be missed not by just his family, but by the kids that he coached and the coaches that he coached with.
I've heard a lot of stories about just little things that he did that changed people's perspectives on how to treat people, how to deal with people. What's something that you most remember about him?
Well, Mike was a good person. He saw the good in everybody, and if there was evil or bad or whatever, he never talked about it. And it was good for all of us to learn from him, to just take people for what they are and go from there. And
okay.
He was a good man.
I've known Mike since 1968. We were good lifelong friends. As I mentioned, wives were friends, daughters are friends, granddaughters are friends. So we've been really tight. He kind of took me under his wing when he came back to teach here. And when he stepped down from varsity, we coached freshman football together. It was quite an experience. We had a great time. Mike was always a great guy. He was kind of the glue that held all the coaches together. We would get together every now and then, but it was him that actually put things together and made sure that people were there. So it was a real loss when he passed away.
What do you think something that he maybe a life lesson that he taught people that has stuck around to this day here at this school? What's something people have learned from him?
Well, I would say perseverance. Okay. He put his life into this school. And from the time he started till
literally the day he died, he was teaching that day.
And just the idea of perseverance and tenacity, stick-to-itiveness, whatever you want to call it.
Last question. What do you miss most about your best friend?
Oh, he and I was talking to Diane, Mike's wife, the other day, just about I miss having him around that we could brag about our grandkids.
Okay.
And compare who had the better one, and good-naturedly argue about it.
Okay.
And there are days that I have questions on my mind that go ask Mike. Oh, I can't. So I still miss him to this day myself.
Okay.
In about 1999-2000, happened to run into one of the coaches of West Covina at the gas station, and I'm a former Edgewood baseball player, and wanted to kind of get back to the team, and told me that if I wanted to coach, come out on Monday. And I came out that next Monday, met Drew Loringer, and we hit it off that day. Ended up hiring me right there, and I ended up coaching until 2013 with him. And during that time, we got closer to Mr. Okura, and I had known Okura's name just from playing at Edgewood and knowing that he was an icon here at West Covina. And it was a really good dynamic. Ended up having some good years coaching, and I'd love to give back, and that's why we're all here again.
Well, what's something that you take from what he taught you to this day? What's something you learned from Coach Okura? just in your life?
You know, just in life is to, even though you're coaching, you can spend time with your family and you can enjoy your time and really give yourself to the game, give yourself to the family, and how to keep it balanced.
Okay. All right, Tom, we're all here for Coach Okura's special day, and they're also retiring your number. First for Coach Okura, what did he mean to you as a person and a coach?
He was a mentor. You know, not only all the things that he did, and we'll talk about the stuff on campus, but later became one of my best friends. And it's kind of weird to say that because of the age gap between a student and a teacher, but that's how we were here at West Covina, and all the other coaches we've seen that are coming back. Obviously, Coach Branchall's here, Coach Platt's here, Coach Agatep, Coach Amantor. I mean, it's a special bond of people. You know, we were very, very fortunate to grow up the times that we did, and Okura was at the top of the list, and he still is. And all my questions of my security things, he is my favorite teacher. So if you guys know that, you can probably break into my account.
You had a 14-year Major League career, had some really high notes. In fact, there was a time where I think you had 7 or 8 or whatever years of 20 home runs or more, and it was at that time it was a big deal when the balls weren't juiced. And after all that's said and done, you're raising a family, living out in San Diego, is that right?
Yes.
Come back to your hometown to be here. What does today mean to you, both not only for Coach but for you too?
It comes back with special memories. You know, you walk back in here, and I'm just so happy to see the way the field looks. I mean, these kids, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the school. I love the way the school. The colors are a little off from what I'm used to.
Yeah.
But gosh, it's just they're doing so much so well here for the kids, and that's great because I love to see everybody have an opportunity to go ahead and be who they can and grow. And the facilities that they have are top notch, and the brand new infield. I still look back and I see some of the houses in left field that I used to hit with baseballs that, you know, that always brings a smile to my face. But a beautiful day, and God's shining on us with a nice bright day.
So last thing real quick, everybody sort of has their funny Okura story, meaning they said as great a guy as he is, he could be a world-class smartass.
Oh, yeah.
Well, do you have a quick funny story, personal story?
Oh, there's so many. One I'm going to tell today he was my world literature teacher my senior year, and he assigned us a final paper to write 15 to 20 pages, and you know, as a high school kid, to write 15, 20 pages is a death march.
And back in that time, cursive writing.
Oh my gosh, it was awful.
Yeah.
So I decided to pay him back, and I wrote 30 just to piss him off. But on the last 3, I wrote a personal message to him saying, hey, this is how we're going to fight this team. We're playing Friday night football. I go, this is what we're going to do. This is our game plan. So I got back the paper. We ended up winning the game, and he gave me the paper on my desk. I say, how'd you like the finish of my my paper? He says, are you kidding me? I never finished reading that.
That's awesome. All right, this is 15-year coach, baseball coach Drew Loringer. He was here from 2000 to 2015. He's also the son-in-law of Mike Okura, who they named the field after today. And your wife was here, your mother-in-law, your kids. Just in general, how special was the day for you guys?
Well, this whole place, West Covina High School, is family for us. My wife teaches English. When I came here, I started working. I met Mike. He was just the teacher next door. I hadn't even met his daughter yet. His wife worked in the media center. His cousin, or his niece, my wife's cousin, is now a counselor. So we're all West Covina family. And deep down, I always knew something would probably happen. I had health issues, and it feels really good because this is a family place anyway, to have the scoreboard here and have something officially named after him.
Well, and long after you're gone, long after your kids are gone, the name is still going to be on this field, so it's got to be a pretty special day. You also had Tom Brunansky come, and he said some really cool things about your father-in-law. To see this many people come out and honor a man that you loved, what did that mean to you?
Well, first of all, I was not surprised at all. We had 1,200 people at his funeral. It was overflow room only. He touched so many lives, and he just had such a way. He was entertaining, big voice. He was loud, funny, intelligent, all that kind of stuff. But besides that, he just had a way of making you feel important. Whether you were a player, a fellow teacher, he took interest. I've never seen someone that's as good a storyteller and listener at the same time.
And people said, in the best possible ways, that he was a world-class smartass. True?
He was. Yeah, we had many conversations about sports teams.
That your wife was rolling her eyes at?
Ugly cheerleaders.
Uh-oh.
Everything. He was not PC at all. he'd get himself in trouble sometimes,
But at his
heart
core,
was
he
so
was
good.
yeah.
His heart was so good that he got away with a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Because it was meant to be humor.
You told me an interesting story this week about the way he treated freshman players. You hadn't seen people that age treated with that much respect. And how much did he impact your philosophy or your style of coaching?
Well, he never talked baseball with me, my team, because he's very careful of not putting himself in the conversation. I'd ask him questions about how to deal with certain people, but just the way, when you coach, you get caught up in the day-to-day success and failure, kids doing things right, fundamentally, wins and losses. You forget how to treat people sometimes, and the way he treated players, the way he treated people in general, it did make me think and try and refine the way I did things.
Okay, last thing, and I'm going to put you on the spot here, so I apologize. Mike's looking down right now. He sees all of you guys emotional. He sees you grateful. What would you most want to tell him? You know, what do you most want to tell him if he could hear you right now?
Can I pick two things?
Sure.
That he would be so proud of his grandkids.
Okay.
His grandson is super talented, very intelligent. His granddaughters are beautiful and they miss him. And besides wanting to tell him about his grandkids, I would tell him that I just like to have a beer with him.
Miss him, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him just
All right. This is Coach Okura's daughter, Lindy. She's with. Can you tell me this?
This is Zoe.
Zoe, how old are you, Zoe? 5?
Use your words.
Okay. I know I talked to your mom. She was really emotional. But this is one of those things. This day means your dad's legacy is cemented and special place for you guys to come back to.
Exactly.
What does this day mean to you?
This is, I'm not even sure I've had a chance to process what this day means yet. Most of all, I think I'm just completely humbled by the fact that so many people care enough to have made this happen and to be here today. I mean, people have traveled miles to get here.
Well, Brunansky came all the way up from San Diego.
Brunansky came from San Diego. We have a family that's here from Hawaii.
Wow.
I mean, it's just incredible that so many people loved my dad this much, and I feel incredibly blessed that, you know, of all the people here, he was my dad.
Yeah.
And that means the world to me.
Well, and, you know, everybody has different stories to tell about him. But one of the things I get from people is they said they literally don't know someone that's from here that said a bad word about him.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, what made your dad so popular on campus here?
My dad had this innate ability to make everyone feel special. He was just, he could say more with just a few words than many of us can in a 10-minute long speech. And I'm not even sure there's any way to actually put it into words and describe it other than, you know, if he wanted to talk to you, if you needed to talk to him, he made you feel like you were the only person that mattered at that moment.
Okay. All right, this is Grace, Michael's 11-year-old granddaughter. Everybody's here for a special day for your family, for your grandfather. I mean, I know you're young, but has it sunk in that your grandpa was a special man? Like, what does that mean to you?
Well, my parents talk about it a lot, like how he was really involved. I don't think it's sunk in much, but now I feel like I'll feel it more after.
But is it pretty cool seeing all these people here for your grandpa?
Yeah.
What is something like you miss most about him being around?
I miss just him in general. I remember a lot of Saturdays I would go over to his house and we would get up early because my grandma would get annoyed because I would have to wake her up. And then we would go out for donuts and then we would come back and we would watch Phineas and Ferb and just hang out.
Okay. If you could say one thing to Grandpa upstairs, what would you want to tell him?
I miss you a lot.
Okay. All right, this is Mrs. Diane Okura. She was married to Michael for 44 years. I know this is a bittersweet day for you because he's not here with us, but how special is it to know that everything he did it's going to last?
I don't even know if I can put it into words. It's such an unbelievable honor and something he would never expect. I know he's sitting up there right now going.
And he's probably telling you to stop crying, right?
Yeah, probably.
I talked to the old athletic director, and he said that this isn't hyperbole. He said in his 40 years at the school, he didn't know anybody that was better liked than your husband. Why do you think that was?
Mike had such a warm, open, welcoming personality, and there was never a stranger. And he grew up right across the street from the high school when it was a Cabbage Patch. And he and his dad helped raise money for the lights. And then he came to school here, and then he came back to teach. And some of the people called him Mr. West Covina. If they wanted any history about the school, they would come to Mike.
Okay. Now that this day is finally here, is it something you feel like, because I was telling Drew, and this has nothing to do with me, but when I told him they named the Glendora tennis courts after my dad, and every now and then we'll just go by just to see that. And I'm wondering, will that make it more likely that you'll probably come by for games more often?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. When Mike was coaching, I never missed a game.
Yeah.
And the wonderful thing was I sat in those bleachers with the parents.
Yeah.
It was a different time. But I loved watching him coach, and he loved coaching.
Okay.